LoveLine.
LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is LoveLine. LoveLine. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine, but it's actually better than LoveLine. It's the best of LoveLine.
It has to be. It's not just better, it's the best.
Well, let me ask you this. Seriously, people think these best of shows are a cop-out, but seriously, what would you rather do? See a crappy movie you've never seen before, which would be LoveLine on a regular night?
Yes.
Or see a movie you loved for a second time?
And listen, with this, there's even a chance that you didn't see it, but heard it was great. Now's your chance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
We were talking right before we went to break about profiling and how that's turned into a bad thing. I happen to like profiling. I like all forms of profiling.
Listen, that's what medicine is. It's basically profiling.
That's what science is.
Yeah.
That's what science is noticing certain phenomena
and putting patterns to them.
Connect with other phenomena. I mean, that's
your brain makes patterns out of them, and you recognize the patterns when you see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it's all really, as an organism, it's one of our oldest instincts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the profiling between the dog that's wagging its tail and looking friendly and the dog that looks a little dicey and looks like it might take a piece out of your calf. You know what I mean? That's all you do. Now, does that mean this? It's like, look, you see, first off, there's this whole thing, like profiling has turned into sort of a bad word. I want people to profile. The FBI, they have profilers. When a kid gets abducted, they bring in the profiler. They all just don't start running in different directions.
Random.
Yeah, randomly. Well, it could be an Asian woman in her 80s. It could be an American Indian man.
Could be an infant.
Could be another infant that abducted the infant. No, they know it's a white guy.
And in the neighborhood.
And they know he's in the neighborhood, and they know he had some relationship with the child, and they know he's between, 34 and 46 years of age, and he has a family, and he has a stable job, and blah, blah, blah. They know all these things, and that's where they begin looking, and the reason they look there is because 90% of the time it's true.
Yeah, well, that's why we had 9/11, was because people were opposed to profiling.
Yes, and now the pussies over at the ACLU are like suing Logan Airport because there's profiling. And here's the part, here's all I want. I'm just tired there's always going to be the ACLU pussies complaining about everything, wanting to get the cross off the crest, wanting to do all, they don't want death row inmates to submit DNA samples. They're just lefty pussies that are angry at their gay parents. I understand that. But here's the thing. Let's not cave into the retarded pussy pressure.
The rest of us.
When they say, we're accusing you, airport security members, of profiling. Oh, no, we weren't profiling. Yeah, we were profiling.
Shut up.
Keep your gay ass from blowing up next time it's on the plane. All right? So shut your pie hole and get back to hating your stepdad who molested you in the basement. Would you? Why don't you take that rage and go ahead and why don't you hang out with your PETA buddies and take that rage is meant for your parents and just steer it at your parents and stop steering it at society. Let us do our job. You do your job. You go feng shui apartments in West L.A. We'll take care of the terrorists. Okay, you wusses? Please.
Well,
That's
you know what
law.
they say. Have you seen the little piggies? It's all political piggies. I mean, it has to do with who has political power in the society. If people are courting the Arab American vote, they don't want to do profiling. If they're courting the African American vote, they don't want to do profiling. But profiling has real value. I mean, I think it's very, very silly not to use profiling, and it's not aimed at insulting any group. It's just aimed at preventing crime.
Yeah, and by the way, when it comes to, as the aforementioned child abduction, they don't go looking for Arab guys. They go looking for white guys in a certain age range. We earn that right to be profiled, unfortunately, by having almost exclusively white guys in this age range doing the abductions. That's all it is. You go ahead and do the lion's share of whatever kind of crime you're doing, and you get to the top of that crime's profile list. That's the way it works.
Can I point out something about profiling ethnicity? This is kind of interesting. At least I think it is. It might not be. I was host of one of the inaugural balls. There were 8 inaugural balls.
You were?
And I was host of one of them.
You didn't invite us.
Well, if I'm host next time when Jeb Bush wins or Mr. Giuliani wins, I will invite you.
Giuliani?
Yeah, I think he'll probably be the candidate. Either he or Jeb Bush.
And you get behind Giuliani?
I love him. I love him. I think he's fabulous. But anyway, so
how about his buddy with the bald head?
Yeah, what's his name? Cervix or something like that. Kurchik or something like that. I forget his name. Anyway, I went to this ball. Very, very lavish thing. Lots and lots of very, very rich people. People so rich that they make Adam and you look poor, Drew.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally a millionaire, Ben, but not a multi-millionaire.
These are billionaires. I mean, we were sitting in a part of the room where it was all billionaires.
Billionaires, like $10 million.
Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So at this party, we notice almost no African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. You have to pay tickets. People are allowed to come. Nobody's discriminated against. We go to the party after that was called the Red, White, and Blue Heroes Ball, which is all servicemen wounded and maimed in Iraq and Afghanistan. There are a lot of African Americans. A lot of African Americans who fought and lost their legs or lost their eyesight or lost their ability to move. That's the only party I went to at the inauguration that had a lot of African Americans, and that sort of broke my heart.
Yeah, it would be nice if more white guys got wounded. I agree.
No. I mean, it would be.
You want black guys at the rich party? I see.
No, it would be just nicer if there's some. What I find amazing is that black guys, especially ones who are like now in their 70s or 80s, went off to fight in World War II or Korea or Vietnam. When they came back, they were very badly mistreated. I spend some Saturdays and Sundays over at the VA hospital in Westwood.
Really?
Yes, I go over there and I bring them presents and treats, and I bring pretty girls to meet them and so forth. And there are a lot of black guys there in that Veterans Hospital who came from small towns in Alabama or Georgia or Mississippi and fought in the Army and were wounded in the Army and still are carrying those wounds. And I think to myself, they left this segregated society and went off and fought for this country and lost their lives, lost their mobility. And it's pretty goddamn impressive. It really, really is. I mean, you really tear up when you see them.
Yeah. And
how do you think we ought to improve the situation?
The situation has improved unbelievably.
It's improving by itself.
It's improved incredibly. I mean, look, you guys are young. How old are you, Dr. Drew?
46.
Okay, I'm 60. Adam, you, I guess, would be about 39?
40.
You're 40, okay. Pretty close. When I was a child growing up in Washington, D.C., not Mississippi, not Alabama, Washington, D.C.
Our nation's capital, by
of the nation, as I like to say. In the Washington Post, big liberal newspaper, classified ads used to say, help wanted colored, help wanted white. Apartments colored, apartments white. Residential neighborhoods, real estate for sale, colored, real estate for sale, white. That they would say in the ads, if a neighborhood was restricted against Jews, it would say convenient to churches. That meant Jews don't bother even looking at the house, you can't buy it. That was in Washington, D.C. when I was growing up. I'm not that old. It wasn't that long ago. I went to high school, to an elementary school, and part of the time, my time in junior high school, racially segregated by law. The society has changed completely.
Right.
Completely. It's a miracle how it's changed.
And was it tough being a Jew in that environment?
It was fairly tough. I mean, I lived in a fairly affluent neighborhood, and so that part wasn't bad. But there were kids who would call me an effing Jew, and we would have fights. And something interesting, and it makes me think of you and Jimmy. This was in junior high in particular, and I started lifting weights and got very, very strong, and they stopped picking on me. I was about the strongest white guy in the class by 9th grade.
Really?
And they stopped picking on me. A very, very good lesson. But when I was in 8th grade, I had a project for one of my classes, pick an occupation and write about why you'd like to be in that occupation. So my father was a super smart guy. I said to him, I think I'd like to work in advertising. Could you help me write a little paper about what it's like in Madison Avenue? He said, well, you're not going to work in advertising. The big agencies don't take Jews.
Wow.
Okay, so that was 1958. Now they're largely Jewish, largely Italian. I said, all right, then I said, I love cars. Maybe I could work at General Motors or Ford. My father was friends with the chairman of General Motors. I said, maybe I could work at General Motors. No, General Motors doesn't take Jews. Well, that was not that long ago.
Right.
I said, all right, how about, I said, I like banks because it's real clean and neat and it's not dirty.
Well, there you go.
No
Jews in the banks?
Commercial banks didn't take Jews.
Wow.
Some investment banks did. Commercial banks didn't take Jews. Okay, that's totally changed. It's all open to everyone now. It's a miracle now.
Wow.
It's a whole different world.
Yes, you can't not be a banker if you're Jewish now.
No.
That?
Yeah,
You know
right.
that?
I did know
You
that.
can do anything now.
That's
Anybody
the
can do
point.
anything now.
Yeah, that's my point. And I know, look, things still exist, some obstacles. I'll tell you the biggest obstacle, really, though, whatever color your skin is or whatever your religion is, being ugly, bigger obstacle than anything. Being fat, bigger obstacle, and being poor.
Being poor is an incredible obstacle.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It sucks to be poor.
Yes, and just being, and they've done plenty of tests with this, just being flat out unattractive. I mean, I've said this many times. My friends, single ones that is, and Ben, would date just about any ethnicity as long as it was a beautiful woman.
Right.
Who they would not date is a fat chick. So you got a fat white chick versus a beautiful Nubian princess. They're going right after the black chick. They're going after the Asian chick. They're going after the Hispanic. They're going whoever, just not the fat white chick.
But let's now get down to it.
Thank you.
Isn't that a form of profiling? Because is it not true that A, it's just basically unattractive to see somebody who's really grossly obese, but two, that there's something very often wrong with people in the head who are grossly obese. It's not just that they're grossly obese and that's not particularly attractive, but they don't tend to be quite right in the head.
Right.
Well, there is people that are trauma survivors sometimes literally push people away by filling a large space and keeping people at a distance.
I think that's a very good point.
And there is
I better put away my piece of pizza.
And
now
there are
saying.
genetic heritages. I mean, really, what men are attracted to is health. That's really, symmetry and the skin coloration and hair. That's all about, being attracted to collecting those genes. And so somebody who may have a genetic problem with weight would be less attractive to many men.
Well, the symmetry part, I think, is amazing. I mean, if you see a woman who has regular, perfect, symmetrical features, it is such an incredible turn on. I mean, I offer, because you showed me the picture of your wife before we went on the air. I've seen Adam's incredibly beautiful wife a number of times. My wife has perfectly symmetrical features. I mean, men love women with symmetrical features. There has to be something primal in the human brain saying they're going to give us better children.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. We're looking for fertility and genes.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking for a better BJ.
I know.
I don't want to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, you're
You know
just
what I
getting
mean?
back to basics.
Gabby?
Wait, guys, I hate to interrupt here,
Yes.
but apparently we still have large problems with housing discrimination according to our PSA that we play every night.
Oh, yeah. This is our favorite PSA. Ben, you didn't think the kind of housing discrimination still went on that goes on out there. But listen to this public service announcement they play on this show regularly. Play it, Anderson.
Hello, may I help you?
Hello, can I ask you a few questions about the apartment you have on Park Street?
What was your name?
My name is Juan Hernandez.
It's been rented.
Oh, it's gone?
Sounded Indian at the
Hello?
beginning.
Hello, my name is Sanjay Kumar. I am calling about the apartment on Park Street.
It's not available.
It's not
Yeah.
available, but I just
Same
now
guy.
saw it in the paper.
Every day. Yeah.
May I help you?
Hi, my name is Tyrone Washington. I'm calling about
Yeah.
a place to rent on Park Street.
No longer available.
It's not available
Can't
now.
rent an
Nope,
apartment.
sorry.
Okay.
Here comes the man.
Hello?
Yes, hello. My name is Graham Wellington. I'm calling about the apartment
Wellington.
on Park Street. Is that
White
still
guy.
available?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, really? I'd love to make an appointment.
Housing discrimination is illegal.
So there
Yeah, it's illegal.
There we
Yeah,
go.
anyone who lives in Los Angeles knows Mexicans can't get apartments.
That's hilarious.
It's impossible.
That's hilarious. I live in one of the, I mean, I'm sure it's very modest compared to your house, but I live in one of the very nicest parts of Beverly Hills. There's every kind of ethnicity imaginable in my neighborhood.
Listen, imagine a Mexican or a black guy or an Indian trying to live in an apartment here in Los Angeles.
Impossible.
Impossible.
No
They
way.
they're forced to live in large manors.
In the street.
In the street,
Right to the street.
Yes.
Or in the woods.
Can't be
in
done.
the desert.
Go.
I have a house out in Malibu. I mean, it's like a rainbow out there on my street. It's every kind of color you can imagine.
The point,
listen,
the point, they're trying to rent a space. They're going to rent it to anybody as long as they're not going to destroy it. That's all.
Look, here's the bottom line. There's a lot of people get a lot of mileage out of basically cultivating this racism thing, which exists, but not to the point that they'd like to make it seem. It's sort of
it's a business for them.
It's a business for them, and then they go ahead, I believe, and run this kind of crap, which just pisses off all the people that are depicted in it and makes them falsely think that we're living in a more racist environment than we actually are.
I love you're saying that, because this was my main gripe against Al Gore in 2000, is when he was running, he was whipping up minorities and telling them they were being discriminated against. And when people would say to him, well, give us some concrete, specific examples, he would say, oh, it's just in the air. It's so deeply ingrained. You don't need examples. It's just all over. It's in the psyche of the white man. And if you can't see it and can't smell it and touch it, it's not there. It's just not happening. And compare, and whatever is there compared to what was there a generation or two generations ago is nil.
You know, my kids.
And furthermore, hold on. You know, when Kerry gave his concession speech, he did that BS, but don't worry. By the way, I always like this part where you make your concession speech, you just got whooped, and your speech is, don't worry, I'm still on the job. It's like, look, buddy, you lost. The game's over. How about hitting the showers and getting out of our face because we're tired of looking at your pie hole? You know, it's like, don't worry, I'm still on the job. What job, by the way? Don't have it. You're out. Senator. But the point is it's like as if he's running the country.
Right,
and he's like, anywhere there's a farmer that needs help, anywhere. And then he does this whole thing. There's a mother who can't get welfare for anywhere. There's a person of color that wonders why they're being treated differently. It's like, really? You got to shake that whole racist snow globe up again, you old F. It's not going on. Yeah, it exists. It exists again. Fat people, poor people, ugly people, short people. There's a form of sort of ism for just about everything. Let's face it, but go out, work hard, make some money, don't screw over anyone, and you'll be fine in the society we have built, by the way. Why do we have to keep whipping that horse?
Because there's votes in it, and there's votes in stimulating people's paranoia. And there are a lot of people who cannot take responsibility for their own failures in life and would like to blame somebody else for it or blame racism for it. I mean, you know, I am the father of a very, very sweet teenage child, and I hear him and his teenage friends talking all the time. It's very easy for them to place blame for things on their parents, place blame for things on the schools. It's not easy for them to accept blame for themselves. That's a teenager, and that's fine. I mean, he's a wonderful kid, and I love him. But for an adult, the age of Carrie to be doing that is ridiculous.
The other thing, I think the generations coming up, your child's age and my kid's age.
Well, your kids are quite a bit younger.
Well, they're 12, 13.
Oh,
But the idea of race it's almost going away for them. Seriously. No, listen.
I'm not sure about that.
But listen, they don't say this is that kind of person. They say, well, he's got kind of brown skin, and he's got kind of curly hair. Ben,
I don't think so.
That's the way my kids and their friends.
Your kids are a little different.
Let them spend a weekend with Uncle Adam. I'll straighten them out.
Yeah, let them spend a weekend with Tommy Stein and his friends, because
they'll straighten them out.
Really, they notice people's ethnicity very.
I do flashcards. I do flashcards with my nephews. That Jew, I'll give him a quick Mexican black guy. I'll just keep flashing.
No, but Tommy doesn't discriminate against them. I mean, he has friends of every ethnicity, but believe me, he notices their ethnicity. He especially notices people from Middle Eastern ethnicity and has very strong feelings about them.
Oh, profile.
Really? That's growing up in this world climate kind of thing? Or?
No, it's growing up in Beverly Hills.
Oh.
All right. Well, there you go. And let me just say one more thing before we get off this topic, go back to whatever calls we might take tonight. The whole part where we have to sort of pay the price or make amends for what our forefathers did in terms of plantations and slaves and whatever, Japanese internment camps and all this kind of stuff. By the way, rounding up the Japanese, putting them somewhere for a couple of years and then letting them go, not a great thing. Go on the Bataan Death March. See which one you'd rather do.
Or the rape of Nanking.
Yeah, there's another good one. The point is
as I have two nephews, both born, both German. I mean, their father's from Germany. Should they be held responsible for what went on in World War II?
Those kids? Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's my point.
Your nephews? Oh, yeah.
My wife, both her parents were born in Italy. My family, one or two generations back, were born in Italy. We weren't here. We had no plantations. We had no slaves. We had no land. For Christ's sake, my dad doesn't even have any land. I'm the first guy who has any goddamn land in the Corolla families
in this country. Yeah.
Yes, and my wife's parents are from Italy. They're born in Italy. Our kid will not have much history on this soil, and just like my nephews. They're German. Their father's from Germany. Should I blame them for what they did to the Jews?
We've established that. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Let's just look. We weren't here. Most everyone, look around Los Angeles. These people weren't here. You know what I mean? They couldn't.
Well, but
be
even
racist.
if their ancestors were there, I mean, it's really just not. There's no sense in blaming a great-great-grandchild or great-great-granddaughter for something done by her ancestors, especially if it was perfectly legal at the time. I mean, slavery was a moral horror show, but it was legal. So anyway.
Yeah. No, look, there's no sense in doing it, but I'm just saying, good luck go ask around, see if you can find one of your buddies whose great, whoever, raised tobacco in Kentucky. You're just going to have...
Well, my wife.
You can do it. I can't do it all. Drew's family, all Polacks. Drew, you don't even know where they were.
Russians.
But my wife's family, you could do it.
All right, well, they're good. She should take a good racial beating then. Leave me alone. Gabby?
Yeah.
You're 16?
Yeah.
What's up?
I have two questions. One was, I was wondering how Ben Stein got started on the whole acting thing from speech writing. And also, I'll get to the other one later.
Okay, the first answer is, I came out here, I was a screenwriter and a novelist and a producer for a while, and I met a very wonderful man named Michael Chinich, who was a high executive in the casting world. He was deputy head of production for Universal. He was my friend. He thought I was funny. He put me in a movie called The Wildlife, which was a sequel to Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I had a small part. Nobody noticed it. Then Then he went to work for John Hughes, and he put me in Ferris Bueller. I ad-libbed those scenes in Ferris Bueller. They were a huge hit and a very successful movie, and I worked consistently after that.
So it was really Ferris Bueller launching
right.
pad.
Yeah, it was all ad-libbed. It was not one word of it was written.
What did they want you to do?
They wanted me to play a teacher. John Hughes said, "I know you're a teacher at Pepperdine in real life, and would you just teach a class about something that's interesting to you?" And he was smart enough to know that even with my monotone voice, that even if it was interesting to me, it would come out sounding boring. So that I did that little speech about the supply side economics and voodoo economics. And when the cast and crew applauded when I was done, I thought, because they're so happy to have learned something about economics. But my father saw it. He was a famous economist. He said, "Oh my God, you really explained that well. That must be why people like the scene." But anyway, so then I worked on the Wonder Years for 3 years, and then we had the game show, and then I concurrently had the talk show, and then Star Search, and now I hardly do any acting, but I do a huge amount of public speaking, and I love doing it.
All right, good question, Gabby.
She had a second question.
Yeah, but she couldn't come up with it. Gabby, did you come up with your second question?
Yeah,
Ironic if someone named Gabby couldn't come up with their second question.
No,
Go ahead.
It was actually for you. Back in the day, when you would come on as a guest speaker as Mr. Burcham on Kevin and Bean.
Mm-hmm.
You came on one day and you were talking about like all the world religions, and you decided to come up with your own called Burchamism.
I did.
I was wondering if you remember any of that.
No.
Damn.
I don't. But thanks.
Ask him if he remembers anything you said 25 minutes ago.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember anything I say.
And I just wanted to mention to Ben Stein that Ferris Bueller's Day Off is my favorite movie of all time, so you rule. You are a god in my mind.
Well, God bless you. God bless you. Where do you live, Gabby?
I live in Berkeley, but I used to live in the North Hollywood, Van Nuys area.
Oh, God, I drove through that today.
Same place.
Adam, I felt so bad for you.
Yeah.
I drove all the way down Lankershim from Sunland.
Should sue my parents.
Oh.
All right, we need to take a break.
Thank you, Gabby.
The great Ben Stein, the inspirational Ben Stein in studio tonight. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello? Who's this?
This is LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
Yeah, it is the best of Loveline. I'm Adam. That is Dr. Drew. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Remember these
yeah.
guys? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I actually like these guys.
Yeah.
I thought there was somebody else, but I got it now.
You like Maggie?
Lost is one of the biggest shows on television. Great looking show, too, but fantastic show. Maggie Grace is the smoking hot blonde who's plays the sister.
And this is the brother, Ian Somerhalder.
Of Ian Somerhalder, who's on the show. And they're both on tonight. And I wonder if something's going on between these two.
Oh, it kind of seemed that way, didn't it?
Yes.
Little vibe of
little
that.
taboo love going on with these two.
Up.
So everyone enjoy from Lost, Ian Somerhalder and Maggie Grace. Yeah, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. Well, that would be Dr. Drew, but he's helping out a listener. Ian Somerhalder here tonight, Maggie Grace, both from Lost, Wednesday nights, ABC, 8 p.m. Best new show on television, and no signs of slowing down. I don't know how far in advance you guys know. I know you couldn't talk about it if you did know, but how much do they tell you about plot and
Not so much.
that sort of thing?
We have enough to go on, but not so much that would overburden our performances in any way.
Do you or have some local ply you with booze and have you spill it all over the place? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you knew,
Yeah,
you could talk, right?
Yeah, they know that we're actors, and by virtue of that, we would be compelled to tell.
Well, they tell
people
me
like
things,
you.
just not Ian.
Right, that's what I feel.
I mean,
Actually,
they're
you know-
smart guys.
No, you know what's really kind of interesting? I remember on the pilot, and they do this sometimes as well. If Maggie needed to know, say, A and B, but I didn't, but I needed to know K and F, they would tell us these two separate things.
Really?
I knew things about his character that he didn't know.
Right,
for
and
a
I know
long
things
time.
about her that she
really?
still doesn't know.
Interesting.
But I actually figured them all out on my own.
But is
I'm pretty sure of it.
Do you think they know? How far in advance do you think the writer-producers know?
When they wrote the pilot, they had it brainstormed through, I think, season 6.
Oh, really?
Obviously, just broad kind of story arcs.
Kind of broad strokes. I think all the little details sort of fall into place.
Right, yeah. Obviously, they don't know every nuance, every twist, every turn, but in terms of the broad strokes and the big picture, they know. Sometimes I wonder, with a lot of shows, if they don't know what, like everyone's sitting around going, I wonder what's on the island, I wonder what it is, I wonder what's going on, and I sometimes think, well, maybe they don't know yet.
Well, we definitely don't know that much. And we're only we're about 4 episodes ahead of what's airing, which is, I guess, a significant amount, but you want more. For every resolve, there are 5 more questions, and that sort of makes it crazy.
So how many more do you have to do before... Are you still in season 1? Because I'm getting the seasons broken up now.
We shoot through April.
Beginning of April.
Oh, really? And how many episodes will that be in total?
23.
Wow, that is a lot.
Big 2-hour finale.
She okay, Drew?
Drew's back.
Dr. Drew.
Everything cool, buddy?
Everything's cool.
Take care of business? Let me smell your finger. That's disgusting, Drew. I can't believe you'd hold it out to me. Come on, let's try to help the kids. Lily?
Yeah?
You're 17?
Yes. First,
What's
I'd
up?
like to say, Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, I love you guys. You guys are like superheroes.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you. We raised $7,500 for the Sumatra relief stuff.
But now the superhero and the salvage diving, I keep going back to the Soviet sub cartoon.
Oh, yeah. I haven't figured any of this stuff out yet. Drew, don't confuse everyone. Lily?
Yeah?
Sorry. Thanks for the compliment. Now go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm 17. I'm not a lesbian or anything, but for some reason, I'm like attracted to gay guys and like cross-dressers. Because I live out in the Bay Area, and there's like tons of them, right?
You're a lesbian.
True
I'm
place.
just like, for some reason, like their personalities, everything about them, like I'm attracted to them. I don't know. For some reason, I'm attracted to them, and it's really confusing.
Gay males.
Yeah.
Gay males are a superior version of the male, would you say, generally?
Yeah, the only part they're missing is the part where they're attracted to your genitalia.
Right.
They vomit if they see you naked, but other than that, it's great. Good listeners into what you're into. Lots of recycling. Those people recycle, What a utopia we would be living in if everyone was gay. No street crime, nothing but recycling, manicured lawns. You ever see that gay? You see that the stretch of Boys Town on Santa Monica Boulevard there?
Oh, it's so nice. It's beautiful.
They're this close to carpeting the place. It's like there's nothing. I swear to God, you throw a piece of gum on the ground, you're tackled by the gay patrol. Drew, you ever been tackled by the gay patrol? Not good.
Not pretty, parking tickets.
Here's what basically happened is Santa Monica runs from like East LA to the ocean essentially, and there's one nice strip of it, and that's the gay part. There's 3 blocks of just pristine. I mean, the thing looks like some sort of 5-star resort. They're going to open a driving range and a golf course.
And what's so excruciating painful is that all the guys are as beautiful as the landscape. I mean, they're all beautiful.
All they do is exfoliate. That's all they do. Gay guys shine. They shine. They loofah. They scrub themselves down to the bone.
I think Grace can relate to Lily's question a little bit, though, here.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it must be frustrating.
I do live in Los Angeles, and yes, I mean,
it's
a lot
tough.
of
You live
very
in Hawaii.
attractive.
Sorry, correction.
Yeah,
well,
now you're in Hawaii. But when you are back home in Los Angeles, you see that beautiful man, and it's shaved, tanned,
the
6-pack
grooming is
abs.
stunning, and also you might find they're sometimes more sensitive to
well-read,
your needs, very well-read,
great
but
sense of humor.
occasionally you run into a guy you may think has every appearance of being gay and isn't in fact straight. So
really?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
It can happen. So maybe you'll meet one of those.
Yeah, but then he turns out to be gay, and then it gets weird because you had sex with him, and it's like, oh my God. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
You're freaking Meg out now.
All right, maybe this is happening. But this is an interesting point, which is, as guys, we like lesbians, lipstick lesbians, but they don't really exist just in porn where they get 2 straight chicks, get them high and tell them to go at each other for $500. They're not truly lesbians. The true lesbians, they're the chicks who work at the feed store, they work at the kennel, they work around animals.
The time of day.
Yeah, and they're angry. They don't like you, but they're butch and they're stocky and they got that buzz cut and they're into like black powder rifles and stuff like that. And you got nothing you don't need them, and so it's not torture because you go, well, look at the hefty chick in the dungarees wearing the burlap shirt with the butch cut and no makeup. I don't need any of that. That's not a waste. But you women. You see the guy who's 6'2", looking like Lucky Vanos, scrubbed, winking with his cheeks are winking at you, and he's recycling with his shirt off, and you're like,
no turn on like recycling.
Oh my God, this guy's he's got a puppy. Look at the puppy. These guys, they do. You know what they do? They're effing with women. Think about a guy. Here's all I do. All I do is sit-ups and walk a puppy down a pristine street. That's it, with my shirt off, and exfoliate, and I read Oscar Wilde. I want nothing to do with you, honey. Think about it. It's like you're effing with women. Like you're
tantalizing them.
You're screwing with them, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. And you got time, and you're crying, and you want a little 2-seater and a smart cocktail. You announce you're taking a me day every couple of days and just going to the beach and reading some more, right?
And there's that forbidden fruit appeal.
Oh my
God!
Can't
have it.
If you could just turn him out, just turn him around.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Women do love to change men. There's a big challenge.
And then here's the real tantalizing part. You're super hot. There's all these slobs that are going after you all the time, and this guy wants nothing to do with you. It's like he finds you grotesque.
Yeah, uninteresting.
Not interested.
I don't know if
no, he'll vomit if you touch him. Touch him, he'll vomit.
My gay male friends are very physically.
They don't say anything, but if you ever touched them in a sexual way, they would just projectile vomit.
She's trying to change.
I don't know any guys not attracted to Maggie.
The gay guys. Even
not their
the
gay guys.
Nah, they're nice.
Funny.
Yeah, they're like, all right, maybe.
They appreciate, but not attracted.
Yeah,
they're good at kind of taking care of me and going shopping. It's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, man, just talk about the project that would be, the ultimate.
Well, let's finish with Lily.
There's someone on the phone that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Lily?
So, Lily, here's the only thing I've noticed, aside from what we've been discussing, which is that gay men can be just very.
My mom has the same problem. Like she
all right, hold on. Listen, Lily. Aside from the fact that gay men are just appealing in many, many ways, the one thing that I have noticed, the only pattern I have seen with women that hang around with people that are transsexual or gay, and this may or may not be you, it's not been a strong pattern I've seen, but occasionally they are raised with the idea that they should have been the other sex. The dad's always going, I wish you'd been a little boy. I wish you'd been a little boy.
Interesting.
Did you get anything like that when you were growing up?
No, my mom was always happy I was a girl.
Where's your dad?
My dad lives in Mexico. I never knew him.
Okay.
But my
And
mom-
you say you're second generation fag hag?
Yes.
No, it's just my mom's attracted to like gay people too, and like transgender and stuff. It's
All right.
weird, and
God knows maybe Grandma was too. Way back in the day.
So, but
Okay.
it's just weird because I am too, and it's like
All right. Well, you know what this means.
I don't
What
know
happened to your dad, by the way? What happened to your dad?
my dad. He left or my mom left him when I was a baby.
Why?
I guess because my my dad was abusive towards my mom.
Anything that ends up in Mexico is it's always bad. Canada's a push. South of France means he started his own successful winery or something, and that's all right. But if it ends in Mexico, that's a bad sign. Don't delve, Drew.
Got it.
Sad. Lily?
Yeah.
Here's what it means to me. It means you can't handle intimacy because any guy you're interested in doesn't really have the mathematical chance of being interested in you that way.
It's a way of
saving yourself.
Yeah.
Your dad left. Your dad broke your heart. Your dad was a horrible guy. You're scared to get close and intimate with a guy, so you just go after guys that are either gay or they're other. You're the close cousin of the one who goes after guys that are in prison.
Right.
You
That's
can't handle an intimate relationship.
Right. It makes sure that you're not going to be involved with these guys.
Yeah. And they're guys who just date strippers. It's sort of the same thing. Although, their logic I understand. Lily?
Yeah.
So you gotta look into this.
So
and don't just make the announcement, I like gays.
No, and by the way, you may look into it. She may be just one relationship away from this going away.
Yeah, maybe.
She's 17.
You just need the right guy.
So like, how would I go about looking for the right guy?
Just being open to the possibility of a relationship. That's all you got to be.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to be close to somebody.
Yeah.
Who's not unable to be close to you.
Yeah. And don't stand around with your arms folded. It means you're not available.
In gay bars.
In gay bars. Yeah. Don't do that. Just go places where there's straight guys who like you and, try not to be angry.
Okay.
Are you gothy? Do you dress in black?
No, I'm not a goth. I dress weird, but kind of normal.
Well, don't dress weird. You're freaking everyone out.
Oh, weird can be good.
Yeah.
Sounds
good on you. It's not good on Lily. Lily, get some regular nail polish. You wearing black stuff, or is there like a
green
unicorns painted on there or anything ridiculous?
No, I don't know. I just like the regular girls out in the Bay Area.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Now hang out with some regular guys and you'll be fine.
Okay, you guys are my hero, and you guys rock, and I love you guys to death.
Thanks, Lily.
Bye, Lily.
Call us back when you get that new boyfriend.
Okay. Oh, Adam Kroll, are you single?
No.
No? Will you?
Didn't you had that list for 18-year-olds? She's coming up on 18.
I did say that I would, and I
Yeah.
agreed. Well, my wife agreed with this, that if you were a virgin until you're 18, I could, turn you out. Are you a virgin, Lily?
Yeah.
All right. When's your 18th birthday?
November 15th.
Oh, you have a date open then?
I'll put you on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be on the list?
Yeah, I'll put you on the list. I can't
well, if I'm on the
guarantee I
list-
can get you on your birthday.
Okay, then everything's cool. I love you. You guys rock.
Okay, I'll see you probably the 19th or 20th.
Oh, then it's a date.
All right. Make sure your mom's out of the house and chill some champagne.
All right.
Hey, she's 18 at 21.
Oh, well, no, for
That's
me.
for you. Oh, yeah. You're Madison again. You're Madison.
Well, I like to take the edge off. So, obviously I've been traveling. I just
Teaching
want to
about
unwind
safe
a little.
sex and how to drink responsibly all in one.
That's right.
Swoop.
That's right.
Admirable pursuit.
Thank you.
I love, but you remind me of something.
Maggie, what's your birthday, by the way?
September 21st.
Okay. Get you that I can make, actually, with the same day. Yes, Drew?
And how parents always talk. It just reminded me how they talk about, well, we're going to teach our kids how to drink responsibly. And I think, is there any of your legal acts you want to teach your kids how to do responsibly? It's illegal. It's illegal. Wherever they do it, it's illegal. Some other illegal acts we'd like to give them some responsible illegal measures.
Well,
Speeding, pot, anything else?
Yeah, they're cooking up H. You don't want to get air in the syringe or anything. Call it embolism, right?
Yeah, you got to teach it responsibly.
Yeah, hit it with the cause. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Drew, don't freak your kids out, by the way. You're going to give them an eating disorder. You know what I mean?
With what?
The booze and the studying and everything. So let them be kids. You know what I mean? They're gonna have like a Mickey's Big Mouth at the park.
Here's the
15
reality.
or 16. Come on, let them
reality
be kids.
is, I'm so intense already. They pick up on that. I'm busy telling them to calm down.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna freak on them if you. What if you find a roach? What if you find a joint roach in like one of their knapsacks at 15, 16?
Show them how to inhale responsibly?
Right, of course, yes.
What do you do with that?
Here's the thing. I immediately would get help.
You would get help?
Immediately.
You would get help?
I would get a system. But then I thought to myself, I wonder if that's the right thing to do, or just start setting limits and boundaries everywhere. But, and help.
Do you think it would freak them out if you got help? And why don't you help them? That's what you do.
Because I'm the dad.
Oh, it's way too close to the situation.
Too close?
Yeah.
Oh,
help 'em.
yeah. Can you imagine if your dad was a therapist?
Yeah, my dad's a
In
therapist,
any sense.
actually.
Look what happened. Say no more. Say no more.
Well, wouldn't you resent him for encroaching upon?
We don't talk. No, it would be weird. It's weird. I agree. But on the other hand, it's weird having some fat, bald guy come in with a ponytail and start talking big calves and sandals. Start talking about sobriety.
That guy.
Don't hire that blowhard, sober guy. December 26, 1971. Took my first sip of single malt scotch. I didn't care what it took at that point. Beautiful family, loving kids. I give it all away. It all went up my nose. There's nothing more important to me than the drug. April 15th, 1984. That's when the house caught on fire. Fell asleep with a Tipperella.
Been coming to meetings for 20 years, been sober for 2 hours.
2 hours. But you know what? Tomorrow, tonight, later on tonight, I could go off at any time. I like that one. Like, I've been sober for 126 years, but tomorrow, no guarantees. Well, I got a pretty good feeling. You can't lift your arm anymore. I don't think you're going to be drinking.
On the other hand, I've seen some.
Really? What is it about sober guys that turns them into blowhards?
Those usually aren't very sober guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're not
the
sober guys?
blowhard narcissist convincing everyone of their sobriety, not usually that sober.
Where's my bourbon?
It may keep all that.
I like that.
All that massaging their sobriety may help keep them sober, but that's not true sobriety.
I like when they do this one. It'd be easy for me to come up here and lie to you, but I'm not going to do it. Really? Could you please lie, or just leave, or how about you lie and leave? Leave and lie, all the way out to the parking lot, just telling fables. Please go. You know the guy I was thinking about today? The blowhard traffic school instructor. When you get in a car accident, there's two collisions. First one is car with the other car. The second collision, it's your head hitting the street. Right, two collisions. Got it. You know the person that said the same goddamn story a million times? You just want to stop them in the middle and you want to hit them with a dart dipped in curare in their neck and just have them fall over. Yeah, Drew, you do that. People, you could drive without seatbelts and you might make it to the store tomorrow, but I promise you that fall over. Ian Somerhalder is here tonight, along with Maggie Grace from Lost, 8 p.m. ABC, Wednesday nights. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LV. All right. Now, when we left off, we were going to speak Theo. Now, Mira called up, want to know about taking the birth control. Drew's been on the internet.
It's looking good, but I want to confirm it before I give her the definite
so
go-ahead.
Mira's going to stay on hold.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Theo, who is the author and artist behind the fabulous...
Composer, please.
Germany, sorry.
Author.
I don't know.
How dare you?
Well, he wrote the words down. Germany or Florida theme. Sing it live for us. I really do enjoy the original theme.
I will do that. Things are sick and twisted from too much sun and Nazis. Sex, meth, and death fetishes. Both of them have got these. Guaranteed not to bore ya. Germany or Florida.
Solid.
He sings that with a smile.
Yeah.
Definitely smiling when he sings that.
Now, you say you have a new theme.
Well, see, I didn't hear my old theme for like the last 2 nights, and I was like, oh, they must have really gotten tired of it at this point, so I have to come up with another one.
Sorry, Theo. Sorry.
Temperamental artist. All right,
Yeah.
Theo, well, let's hear the new one. We'll see.
All right. I'm hoping it's as good as last.
Now we know we can bait Theo for new material. Whenever we just withhold his songs for a couple of days, he'll show up with some new stuff.
You know, y'all can take my number whenever you're having a lull night or whatever. Just give me a call. I'm awake and I'm here.
Where in Virginia are you calling from?
I'm in Richmond.
Richmond.
All right, let's hear the new theme.
Oh, you know what? His phone is so horrible that I don't know if I'll ever use this, Theo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you have another phone?
Here, we want to review it
I can
anyway.
Try. Hold on one second. Here we go.
Oh, Anderson.
Let's see.
I don't want to hear Theo discuss talking to himself about this phone.
All right. Is this any better?
Oh,
yeah,
that's better.
It's not better at all, but okay, go ahead.
It's marginally better. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Clearer.
Floridians are crazy. It seems Germans are too. When it comes to effed up BS, there's nothing they won't do. So ask away. It's time to play. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's Adam Carolla's favorite game, Germany or Florida.
Oh.
But I like the words, but I didn't get the tune. I didn't hear the tune.
It didn't sink in until about the 1/3.
What is the tune?
I don't really have one. I just kind of want.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, try it one more time, and this time I want you to have fun with it.
All right.
But think of an actual song that you're syncing it up to.
He's got it. Go ahead.
All right. Floridians are crazy. It seems Germans are too. When it comes to effed up BS, there's nothing they won't do. So ask away. It's time to play. Don't say I didn't warn you. It's Adam Carolla's favorite game, Germany or Florida.
All right.
Remember the old fractured flickers?
Now hang on there, Theo.
Remember
yes.
that?
Yes, I do.
It sounds
Got a
like
little that.
You should sync it up to that.
The lyrics are strong in number
Very strong,
2, but
very strong.
the first one, and maybe we're just used to it.
No, I would like him to work on the second one. The lyrics are great. Sync it up to a song.
Maybe,
And I would.
Yes.
What?
To this song?
It's close. It could work.
It's up to Theo, but I really think that fractured flickers. That.
No, he's not going to find that one. No one knows what you're
I don't
talking
know,
about.
man.
All right.
This one?
Let's, yeah, that's my theme. Patricia, how dare you?
Hello?
You're 19?
I am 19. Hold on. My friend's in the other room and she wants to hear too. Can I go tell her?
Yeah, but now
We have about 5 seconds,
The break here.
Well,
hang on.
After we go to commercials, then you're in.
All right.
Let's just go to commercials.
Really?
Let's want to talk to her.
Lesbo girlfriend gets very wet during orgasm. Jennifer,
Yes.
you're 27.
Yes, I am.
You have a lesbian girlfriend,
Yes, I do.
and you're both smoking hot.
Well, I guess that's a matter of opinion, but we have hot sex, so is that good enough?
Hold on a second. Now they're bad. Now they're very unattractive. Yeah, but that's all right. Hold on. We're going to talk to Jennifer about her lesbian relationship, and then we'll get back with Patricia, who's got a 17-year-old virgin boyfriend who won't have sex with her. She's 19. That's a twist. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, so I know there's nothing wrong with me. So what's up?
So I was like you, and I used to think that these Datelines were totally cheesy.
Why can't I meet anybody?
But I tried everything else and thought, what the hell? So I called the Dateline and actually met a cool guy.
I called the Dateline and I hooked up with some cool people.
Believe it or not, other normal people are out there looking too.
877-889-DATE.
Hello? Who's this?
This is LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
It's the best of Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. And coming up next is
One of our best.
a guy we really enjoy from a little show called Arrested Development. 5 Emmys, maybe you've heard of him. Will Arnett. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Will Arnett is here tonight from Arrested Development. Sunday nights, 8:30. Fox, 5 Emmys. Count them, Drew.
1, 2.
I mean, you know.
Oh, 5.
Count them, 5 Emmys.
Wow.
Yeah. Cleaned up at the Emmys. I mean, it was
the darling of the Emmys.
The darling of the Emmys. I mean, certainly in the comedy department, I don't think anything did better than Arrested
They
Development.
got all the awards. How could they do better?
That's right. Count them, Drew. 5.
Wow.
Will is not only the in Arrested Development, but is the voice of GMC. Right?
Yeah.
Not more than you want, but
not more than
but
you
you're
need.
still going to pay for it.
Do you do anything for Fox?
No, I don't. Sadly, I don't. They have not called me.
I swear.
You want to check your brain
the reason
again?
I was going to ask is you brought this up and you told me I was wrong, and I am, of course, wrong. But there's somebody that sounds like you doing the OC
Yes.
thing.
Yes, I like to imitate that guy.
Okay.
Well, do it.
Because he
This
does
week
like
on the OC.
Yeah. This week on an all new The OC. Because he kind of goes, oh, like he's like from Maryland.
I'm sure, but he's from Huntington Beach all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, do me a favor. Do this one. Someone's killing this week on Vegas. Someone's killing showgirls, and Dan wants to know why. All right.
This week on an all-new Vegas, someone is killing showgirls, and Dan wants to know why.
There you go. That was as much entertainment as I had from age 11 to 19. That was it. Just seeing it. I didn't even watch Vegas. I just watched him promo Vegas. And I was like, wow, this guy's got a car in his phone. And then I realized a phone in his car.
It's the T-Bird? Is it?
Yeah, I had the T-Bird. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, there's no wire on his phone.
Did he have a phone? There were a couple people who had those phones.
He had a phone
early.
in his car. I think Vegas was the first. And I was thinking to myself, I was looking at my life, and I was thinking, girl, we barely have a toaster oven. Barely. like it's a timeshare toaster oven. We get it on Monday and Wednesday and
Will
Thursday.
thinks you're kidding.
No, we had to share. No, well, we actually kept one toaster oven. Yeah. All right. So Will also married to Amy Poehler from Saturday Night Live, by the way, who's super funny and very talented and good looking too. You know, you don't normally get the good looking
and the funny.
Yeah. I mean, but Amy Poehler is very attractive and very talented.
She got hugged last night by Bono. I don't know if anybody saw that.
Oh,
Are you pissed?
Well, I pissed. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So that's what does it.
Yeah.
He's got a plane in the morning.
I had this great. I can't stand Bono, by the way, because he's always at some summit meeting or he's out here on the Capitol steps or he thinks he's running this country. He wants to know what's going on with this country. You know. So I thought, first off, you're not from here, Bono or Bono or whatever you call yourself. There's a couple of things I think about you two. One is you got Bono, and then you got The Edge, and then you got Larry, what's his name? And I think, how sad is it when you're Larry, sandwiched in between The Edge and Bono? I'm Bono, I'm Edge, I'm Larry. You sound like an idiot, right? All right, but then I was thinking, look, go back to your crappy Ireland and get things straightened out over there. Don't worry about us. We're doing fine. No, he's over here doing his thing. And I thought, how would he like it if we did that to him? And then I thought, we send Bob Seger over to Ireland to straighten things out. And Bob just goes, "Hey Bono, I'm heading over to Ireland. I'm gonna talk to the Congress or whatever you guys have
the Protestants and the Catholics.
I'm gonna get people together. I'm gonna protest. I'm gonna be angry about what's going on."
But you know what? They ought to send the Nuge with him too.
Yeah, I was thinking Ted Nugent. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Well, Ted Nugent that's the muscle.
Yeah, and a rifle. Ted Nugent and a shotgun.
Ted is, here's the thing. You keep Ted in your hip pocket because it's like, listen, if Bob Seger's not working out, I will call Ted Nugent. You understand? He'll take an ATV to Ireland and he'll have a crossbow with him.
He'll wait the 6 weeks to have it shipped there, too. It'll be a slow burn.
Of a crossbow. Did you see that NBA fight the other night?
Yes.
Was there? Yeah.
It was huge. And I thought to myself, first of all, the Major League Baseball has a long and rich history of things flying out of the stands, and only Milton Bradley is the only guy I've ever seen fly into the stands.
Right.
I mean, the reality is, even if somebody shot with a crossbow out of the stands, they should hail security and get the guy arrested. You don't jump into the stands.
I agree.
Who's paying your bills, guys?
Drew, you're thinking like a white guy. Number one. I mean, let's be honest.
Referencing baseball and all that. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Look, these guys, these athletes are like beaked up thoroughbreds.
Yeah, they're huge.
They. No, I just mean. You ever see like a horse that pulls a plow? That's you, Drew.
Yeah. Right. A mule that pulls a train.
Yeah. This.
Whatever.
Well, whatever you do on the weekend.
Well, I think that.
I'm just saying a bird could land on you and your fur would just do that weird shiver movie. You wouldn't do anything. These guys are like thoroughbreds. You try to get them into the gate, their blood's coming out of their nostrils and so there's veins coming out and stuff. You agitate those guys, white or black, whatever they are, they're coming after you.
And if they don't perform exactly like you want, then everybody freaks out. Like, well, what, But you do have to ask the question, would Michael Jordan have done it like a great player? Like, would Larry Bird have done it? No.
Magic, no.
Would Magic have done it? No.
Chamberlain would have.
Listen,
it's Chamberlain.
Yeah, he probably. He would have, a couple women on the way, and then he would have got to it.
It's clearly wrong, but these guys, one of the things that makes athletes great is shutting everything off and sort of like reacting. It's sort of like the great boxers, you know, they're not looking around. They don't really even know where they are. They just tunnel vision on what's in front of them. And when these guys just react, their reaction time is 10 times faster than ours. They get hit with a beer. It's like, I'm killing. I don't think they even know where they are. And I'm not defending them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to call that a trait that I'd hail.
Well, look, here's all I'm saying. I'm not defending Artest or whoever went into the stands. On the other hand, don't throw beer on somebody if you don't want to get your ass kicked.
Right,
That's number one.
Yes.
'Cause I don't believe it's sort of like the zoo where, you know, there's a gorilla that could take your arms off, but there's a cage in between and we're going to torment it. No, there's just a small fence. So don't go torment
It's
them.
a table. It's a fold-up table.
Right.
Granted,
It's basically
there's
a table.
horrible behavior on both sides.
Yeah,
Right.
Granted.
And it really goes to the heart. I mean, without getting into it, we don't have the time for it. But it is, and it's going to sound so like liberal or which is really all it means is free liberal, which is hilarious that it's become a 4-letter word. But the idea that that sort of display on Friday night is really such a manifestation of where we're at. It really is. And if anybody thinks that it's not, then they're wrong, because the whole idea of my respect, you disrespected me, and trash talk, and all those things that are now such a big part of our vernacular that are just ridiculous notions, and they're all about pride and misdirected anger and all this sort of junk.
It's all about aggression.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but on both sides, and then fans coming down to square off with the.
That was hilarious.
That wouldn't have happened 20 years ago either. I mean, forget about the athlete going up there. I don't think the fan would have walked down and tried to square up with the guy.
People used to wear suits and wear hats and go to games, and there was a sort of there's no,
you know, it's like I always think about flying. Guys would have like an ascot and a blue blazer on.
Yeah.
Now I got a guy cut off sweats and a boner, and he's like one flip flop. That's what Southwest will get you. Guy's wearing a stocking,
a tank top.
Yeah, he's wearing a woman's stocking over his head.
That's nearly what you're wearing right now. We're not flying though.
I'm not exposing myself to hundreds of people.
Right.
Yeah, guy's just sitting there. He's wearing the tank top. No pockets. I'm like, what do you do? Just carrying your ID around? Like, what do you do with your keys when you travel? Like,
he doesn't have any stuff. He doesn't have any stuff.
Where is he going in the loose? And by the way,
Albuquerque.
I don't mind a tank top, but the one where the bottom of the armpit goes down lower than your hip, that ain't a tank top. It's barely a poncho. Yeah, that's what Tyson wears into the ring. Just a towel with a hole in it. I don't need to be seeing stretch marks around your liver while I'm sitting trying to eat my peanuts.
Makes for a great bouquet, though.
Yeah, this is where it all started in airline travel, and then and now it's moved its way to the arena. But no one's right, everyone's wrong. But all I'm saying is if you're a guy who you got to understand too, these guys were the big men on campus. I mean, they don't have anybody no one came up to them when they're 17, 6'6",
high school campus, by the way.
265, and started to pick on them. No one ever told these guys no. You're sitting there, all of a sudden you get hit in the back of the head with a beer. You just turn around.
Game on.
That's it. It's game on. It's a switch that's thrown.
Speaking of game on, let's
take some calls.
Take some calls here.
All right. Kitty?
Yeah. Hi.
21?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Don't hang up on her, Adam. Don't.
What's happening?
I mean, do hang up on her, please. Put her on hold.
Oh, yeah?
Please put her on hold.
Well, maybe we'll just talk to her.
Excellent.
How do you like that?
Horrible. I'm angry. I hate it.
See? I got a brain, too, buddy. Kitty?
What'd I do?
You're 21? No, we just had a bad connection, so I put my finger over the
Sorry.
button there.
Hi.
What's up?
My boyfriend is twice my age, and we've been dating for about 6 months, and we haven't done anything but kiss. And I was wondering if there's kind of a delicate way I could ask him why we're not having sex.
Twice your age, so he's 42.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
I know what it is. Either herpes or gay.
Ooh.
Or married.
Oh.
No, not married. Divorced, not gay, staunch Republican, staunch Catholic.
Let's
He's from
just
Texas.
Take in Kitty for a second. They've got a little bit of the little something here.
What's going on with you? I like the herpes or gay part. which is going to be a new show we're going to try to work out.
Herpes are gay.
Here, do the VO for it. It's time to play Herpes. Your host, Adam Carolla. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your host, Adam Carolla, for an all-new week of Herpes or Gay.
Yeah. Thank you, Will. Thanks. Great job. Hey, you guys give yourselves a hand. Give yourselves a hand. Fantastic. We all know how the game is played. Yeah, that'd be a good game. You could be the announcer. You'd be my Rod Rowdy. Who was the
Price is Right
announcer? No, oh no, The Price is Right for all those.
Oh,
yeah, he just passed away.
I can't remember his name.
I thought it was like Roddy. Oh, it's
Rod
going,
something.
Look it up.
I'll do it.
All right, you're in. Kitty?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to get a big fat check in the mail every week when this thing goes to syndication.
What do you do for a living, Kitty?
I'm an actress. I'm unemployed right now, but
And what's the nature of your relationship with your boyfriend? How did you meet him? That kind of thing.
we were in a play together.
Yeah. Would he? What?
Go ahead, sorry.
Would he call you his girlfriend? Is that what he thinks of about
Yeah,
this relationship?
he's called me his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And have you brought up why there's been no sex with him?
No, I just don't know how to put it.
Here's how you put it. In the past, when I've had boyfriends, we had sex.
Yeah, that's weaving another penis into the mix, though.
Or just saying, I've always thought when I had a boyfriend, it meant we were having sex.
But that's the thing. I've never actually had a boyfriend because I've only dated girls up to this point.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See what I felt it right at the beginning.
That's right.
You called it.
All right, so Kitty, something's going on with your sexual satellite
I got
dish
the
too.
hostility thing. It
Oh,
was
you
definitely
angry man? When were you molested?
I was 8.
Yeah.
8. Okay, that's gonna be another game we're gonna work on.
When were you molested?
Yeah, when were you molested?
Time to play. When were you molested?
Thank
When
you.
did your dad rape you?
Kitty?
No, it
Okay,
wasn't
so
my dad.
you got wasn't your dad? Who was it?
It was my best friend's dad.
Oh, nice. That's a nice twist.
That's of course this could be horrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad doing it to you is like sort of deeply disturbing, but your friend's dad is sort of frightening at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's all a
bad,
mess.
yeah.
All right.
So,
what are we gonna do? How about a little therapy, Kitty?
well, no, wait, Katie, bring it up with your boyfriend. If there's something, you have a history of.
I wonder if he thinks she's his girlfriend.
Well, I wonder
Like
if
you
he's gay, as gay or herpes. again.
Oh,
We're back to that.
you met him on
stage.
the stage.
Yeah.
She's a lesbian. There.
Unless he
What
had
play? What play were you doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
What play were you doing?
It was Our Town, I think.
Gay.
Yeah.
Gay.
He's not gay.
Look,
not gay.
If he was on stage and didn't have a roll of duct tape on his belt and was working on something, he was actually in the play.
No. He was in the crew.
Oh, crew.
okay. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, well,
It's
that
not gay.
then doesn't matter what the production is. Unless it's Our Town.
What made you leave women for this guy?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't plan on it. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, I just.
All right,
I
just
got horrible
confront
I mean, imagine somebody that she was really attracted to. She's got all these issues with men. Super attracted to this guy. Guys want to have sex. What is up with this guy?
All right, well, just go
ahead and talk with him. We don't have enough information to give you anything useful except to say you just need to talk with him. And the fact that you won't talk with him is sort of bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
It's of course you would talk to him about something like this. Go ahead and feel justified in bringing it up.
Now I'm going nuts with the announcer from The Price is Right.
There was Jay.
It's Rod Roddy.
Rod Roddy.
Yes.
All right. Well, I said it 3 times. So
Neither of us had heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Anderson, you could jump in too, buddy.
You know, I felt bad because I said Rowdy Ryder Piper. I was completely on the wrong track. I thought you were talking about something else, so I looked it up for you, buddy.
Oh, okay. Rod Roddy. It just sounds wrong.
Yeah.
And
what was going on in the parent's head?
Looks great on Tombstone, though.
yeah, it's fantastic.
It's totally
How
made
dare
up.
you?
It's totally made up.
Must be made up. Although it's not good enough to be made up. Do you know what I mean?
He's on the Tombstone.
Well, he's an announcer.
We'll have to go. We'll go find his grave. Chris, go to Rod Roddy's grave during the next commercial and bury yourself. No, go find out what. No, here.
I mean, it looks like somebody should be outside of the haunted mansion at Disneyland.
I don't trust you, so take a piece of paper and a pencil and stencil the gravestone and then bring it back to me.
Okay.
All right. Or take a picture of it with your camera phone, but I want a current newspaper where the date is displayed next to it, all right? All right, do that during the break. Giselle,
Hello?
you're 18?
Yes.
What's up?
I wanted to know why my boyfriend would lose his erection while we're having sex. And it's only in certain positions also.
What's the position?
What was that?
Doggy?
No. Usually when I would
get a
be
whiff
on
of-
top,
How dare
he
you.
would lose
Well,
it.
sometimes
Wait
you
a minute.
get a little whiff of ass, and it's like, oh man, it can be rough. You're like, oh my god, I'm banging a human.
But
This
once
sucks.
again, hold on, before we go back to it, doesn't that somewhat function based on who you're with? I mean, if it was somebody, it was Claudia Schiffer or something, you'd be like, lilacs.
Little ass. Yeah. Oh no, if it's Claudia Schiffer, it's like the next morning, like, could you please crap on my waffle? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's fantastic. That's it. That's all. I guess I'll spread it out. Well, no, it's just a waffle because the divots eat it up pretty good. But no. That's what you got. That's what you got.
But you know what? They
I'll
go
get
for
by.
that. They go for that in Germany.
Yeah, that was Germany. Yeah,
They go for that.
Giselle.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's really it's
but
really
that's the thing, the beauty of men is what I'm saying. I mean, men, like, they have certain times they're very sensitive. Other times it's like you just saw their arm off and they're
hot
like,
chick,
whatever.
Hot chick can get away with more.
Or anything.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is not fair, but the way it is.
Scary chick, yeah, she belches and it's a deal breaker.
It breaks his concentration.
Yeah, hot chicks just more fuel thrown in his fire.
Listen, sad but true.
Sad but true. Giselle,
Yes.
are you a hot chick?
You could say that.
You could. You ever crap on his waffles?
No, I don't crap on his waffle.
Well, then you're not that hot.
It's not a euphemism, by the way.
I got to be honest. I got to be honest, because when you're smoking, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no.
Listen,
it's not
Will.
like-
haven't you said to your friends when you're in high school, oh, she's a waffle crap?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Did you see Quincy Jones with those 2 waffle crappers on his arm when he came to the Vine Awards? Oh, they were smoking.
Oh, Mom and Dad, I can't wait till you meet her. I bring her home for Thanksgiving. She's a real waffle crapper.
Your mother was a waffle crapper at one time, too. I met her at a sock hop in 1961. I said to my buddy, that is a waffle crapper. I could see it from across the gym. And sure enough,
Jeez.
Yep.
It's even good in German, waffle crapper.
Waffle crapping time is over. Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. You marry her because she's a waffle crapper. And then, but then her personality starts coming through, and she gets a little older, and she gets a little long in the tooth, and the next thing you know, you got your secretary crapping on your waffle. You got a trophy waffle crapper now.
When you complained your second too, my wife used to be such a waffle crapper.
She was a waffle crapper.
And now she's
you never seen it.
She let herself go.
Yep, trophy waffle crapper.
Oh. Dan, America's next waffle crapper. You have judges.
Yeah, it just sounds like right.
Who wants to be a waffle crapper?
Right. You got what's his name?
Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo Lamas got his laser pointer. She's a waffle crapper.
I just saw him the other day.
Trophy waffle crapper
On the street?
You know,
on some show.
You know he's been with some waffle crappers. Champion waffle crapper.
He mentioned
yeah.
Yes.
Legendary waffle crapper go-getter. Yeah. Sure. Waffle crapper just sounds like a horrible German name.
It does, totally. Leslie Waffle Crapper.
Also sounds like a World War II aircraft manufacturer. The Waffle Crapper Company. And later made coffee pots.
I remember when I heard the Waffle Crapper coming over my village. They started to bomb us.
All right.
No, the waffle crapper was a legion in the Air Force. It wasn't the plane. It was a group.
They manufactured. They were sued for atrocities because they used slave labor in their forging plants. Yeah.
Please, to be the waffle crapper.
All All right, now they make chainsaws and crock pots.
There you go.
All right, let's.
Yeah. We got to
take a break.
Do you want to finish with Giselle?
Let's take a break.
We'll get back with Giselle.
Let's get her. Look
what she did to us. Look what she did to us.
Let's
too.
focus. We got to break it down. We got to get hand in. Grab
Will
it here.
throws run us
Let's
out
go.
tonight. Come on,
Let's
Will.
go. Will got us punchy.
All right.
Will Arnett in here from Arrested Development, 8:30 Sunday night. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Dude, you got issues.
Call LoveLine.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Well, it is the best of LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. And next up, a dear friend who I knew long before I got into show business, believe it or not. Yeah. Best lay I had in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Kathy Griffin. Hey, everybody. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dear, disillusioned, disgruntled friend. Disgusted. Kathy Griffin in studio
I'm
tonight.
emotionally dismembered.
Allegedly, name of the new DVD.
Yeah.
Go ahead and buy her DVD. Make her feel better.
Thank you.
I was, Drew and I just made one of our many trips to the bathroom.
Do you ever go in there and just talk? Because you can't pee that much, right?
I went in and
We
just
are
talked.
certainly talking. Yeah, you did this
I stood
time.
behind Drew.
Well,
and
what do you
talked.
do? Watch
Wait,
him?
he stood behind me.
Wow.
He farted.
What if something happened?
You had a big old... Wait.
Isn't this show supposed to help people?
Wait a minute. What did you do? Let's be fair. What did you do?
I stood behind Drew.
Yes.
I spoke to him while he urinated. By the way, don't ever turn your back on me, Drew.
You farted. Huge fart.
No, I simulated farts with my.
No, and then you lifted.
And then I did blow an actual fart, which is unusual.
With the leg lifted.
Well, I don't want to chance anything.
Yeah, leg lifted.
I want to aid its escape.
And we talked.
Then I took a half a step toward the toilet and saw that it was day glow yellow, and then launched into a jag about what is going on with society and guys not flushing the toilet and people can't flip the cap down on the ketchup container.
Did you flush the toilet?
No.
Why?
Because I was too busy listening to him. And I was trying to get away from the fart. Well, it was the latrine. I used the latrine, not the toilet.
All right.
Yeah, he used a urinal, and that has an automatic flusher, which is now served to confuse people because I think they think everything's an automatic flusher. But here's all I'm saying. I see a lot of this now where you walk into the kitchen and the microwave door's open. The person didn't have the decency to shut it. The ketchup is all crusty. The mustard's all crusty because they didn't flip the cap down on it. The
coffee mug with the quarter inch of coffee sitting in it.
Everything is filled. You go to the bathroom, go to the airport or something. It's just urinal after urinal filled with urine. People don't have the dignity to flush it. What is it? Is it a big F you to everyone? Have we become that much individuals?
Girls' restrooms are the worst because girls have this crazy, ridiculous, irrational fear that if you sit on a toilet seat, you're going to get...
Right. Women have way
and
more
pee on the toilet seat.
They stand up over it.
Every
They
time I go to the
hover.
public restroom, I have to stand there and clean it for like 5 minutes.
They hover
and then,
over it, right?
Yeah,
Really?
I don't hover. I sit right on it.
They do a hovering thing.
Yeah.
They do a
Wow.
hovering.
Oh, I don't want it splattering all over my thighs.
Women have way more energy about the bacteria thing. Way more. They just
So women actually urinate on the toilet seat.
On the toilet
they hover
seat.
over it.
No, I know, but I find it interesting that women's number one complaint with men at the home is having the seat down and getting wee-wee on the seat. But if you go to the public place,
It's disgusting.
really,
Yeah, it's gross.
unless you're into that kind of thing.
And I am not.
Oh, well,
How dare
speak
you,
for
Adam.
yourself. Pardon moi. So you then don't hover. You have to wipe
I
off
go
the urine.
in and I get a bunch of Kleenex and I wipe it down, and then I just sit down like a normal person.
take
But
those
I like to make
laxies
a
out?
comment. No, I don't need that. I like to make a comment. Like some old lady will get out, and then I'll look at the toilet seat, it's all splattered, and I'll go, "Oh, I guess I'll just clean up after your pee."
Yeah.
You say that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never once had a person acknowledge it.
You know,
ever. I've never had a woman say, "I'm sorry" or "shut up." Anything.
O'Hare Airport, they have a nice thing where the toilet changes its own
rotates.
plastic thing. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Not had the chance to test that out. I'm going to build up something nice and head to Chicago and see what I can get done. I like the people that make their own sort of MacGyver-esque makeshift ass gasket out of
Yes,
toilet
leave
paper
it.
and then just leave it there
Yes.
like some sort of offering.
Right.
Oh, what? Should I use it? Or perhaps I should carefully flip it over and use the other side. Listen, you idiot. You made an ass gasket. You took a dump. Now flush it. Jesus Christ. Why don't you just come over and rub some fecal matter on my car rearview mirror while you're at it? Really, you whizzed up the thing. Just flush it. Just flush. That's all. Put the cap back on the goddamn ketchup, shut the microwave, and flush the effing toilet. That's all.
There you go.
All right.
Dump the coffee.
All right. No, I'm not saying even toothpaste. You know why? Because I'm talking workplace, other people. Well, you do what you want at home, drive your spouse crazy, do whatever you want, drive your roommate nuts. But when you're out using the kitchen at the job or you're using
Now, Adam,
airport
do you and
bathroom.
Lynette have separate bathrooms?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's key. That is key.
That's good for marriage hygiene.
Yeah.
Marriage
success.
Health.
Yeah.
Because I whiz in the sink.
Yeah, she
that's
gets
my
mad
thing.
at that.
That's my thing.
Shh, Kathy, relax. Just deep
That's
breathing.
my thing.
Deep breathing.
Drew told me it was sterile.
Deep breathing.
And once I
You're in a
found that
sterile.
out,
You're in a sterile.
Look
so
out.
now he uses it.
I used to whiz in the sink before.
Why would you whiz in the sink? Why?
Well, first off, I like to look at myself when I whiz, and there's usually, and I'm a multitasker. I will oftentimes shave and whiz in the sink.
No, you can't.
It's the height of the counter that allures him.
Yeah, I'm a rangy, and it feels good.
Gross.
And it's really.
Wait a minute.
There's a certain freedom to it.
What if your wife was going to say, "Oh, I need to wash out this tank top before I wear it tonight. I'll just wash it out in the sink real fast."
Mm-hmm.
Which is where you pee.
I would give it a sulfur tie dye. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Drew.
Yeah.
Do something.
Let me tell you this. I used to whiz in the sink before Drew told me urine was sterile, and now that I found out it's sterile, I don't even move my toothbrush.
Okay, do not
I'm
come to my
coming over.
party.
I'm coming over.
No.
I'm coming Thursday.
You're disinvited.
I'm going to drink a pony keg, and I'm coming over.
Oh, God.
Drew, no whizzing between
I have
now
a
and Kathy's
gorgeous new
party.
sink.
I'm going to break it in.
Oh,
I'm going to
such
christen
nice
it.
granite. There's going to be little droplets
I'm
of
gonna go-
pee
he
on the
doesn't. He's very
granite.
good. He doesn't.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't spray.
I'm like William Tell.
What if they did one of those Dateline, lights where
overspray.
they have the...
Oh yeah, he'd be pristine. Pristine.
No.
It'd be just the bowl.
Oh, it's so gross.
If I see Stone
What if
Phillips
my
there, I'm not
mother
going
and
to do
my
it.
father, who adores you, knew this about you?
Here we go. Taking calls.
Well, it's high time they found out.
What's the real you? What do you do?
Kevin,
Yeah.
you're 25.
Yes, I am.
You have a real-life Germany or Florida?
Personally viewed.
What's up?
All right. Driving down the street, 9-year-old kid on the side of the road at a trailer park, bent over, pants around his ankles, dog licking his butt.
Wow. Yeah.
Florida.
Well, it's Florida. You got the trailer park in there.
Is that the final answer?
Yes.
No, Germany.
Wow.
Oh my God.
You guys are 0 for 2.
Wow. We've never been 0 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Trailer park in Germany.
Gypsies.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Thank you, Kevin. We'll send you out nothing. Here's a hypothetical I thought of today. Has a trailer...
Wait a minute.
What?
Go ahead.
Has a trailer ever burnt down because a menorah tipped over? Now think about it.
Okay.
Give yourself a few beats.
Because at first you think no, and then you think, a
could be.
lot of old Jews in Florida. They
Wait.
can't all be wealthy.
I want to explore. Really,
Drew,
Germany?
first I'm going to need your answer.
No, never happened.
Never happened. Kathy?
Yeah, really-
Menorah trailer
Sure,
fire?
of course.
One time, perhaps?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Kevin again. Kevin.
Yeah.
You were actually in Germany?
Yeah, I was in the military.
All right. Now it makes sense. One of our callers in Europe, what?
Yeah.
In the military. Now it all
Yeah.
snaps into focus.
yeah.
All right?
Frankfurt or something? Where were you?
It was in a town called Friedberg.
Mm-hmm.
Friedberg. Yes, that's a big. I was actually asked to come speak there.
Friedberg?
Yeah.
Really?
It's one of the oldest medieval towns in Germany, apparently.
I think they were trying to lure you in there because they found out you're half Jewish and they want to kill you.
Yeah.
They'll oftentimes do that.
I know.
Or they wanted a dog to lick your butt.
Yeah, you'll get that very cryptic. Yeah,
Either way.
Come on down. We want to hear what you have to say. And then they string you up. Oh,
I
yes.
wonder why they set up in Friedberg. What the hell's going on in Friedberg?
Who cares? You ready to roll?
Let's go.
All right. Yeah, question for Kathy on line 5. Sam,
Yeah, I'm here.
you're 24?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well,
Hi,
I had
Sam.
a question actually hey, Kathy, how's it going?
Okay.
I had a question for both of you guys. I just got out of college a little while ago. I'm really into writing and comedy, and I wanted to know just kind of like how you guys got that first initial step into the business.
Go ahead, Kathy.
We never get a question like this.
Yeah.
It's always, my father just gave it to me up the butt again, and he's in the final stages of AIDS.
So you're not
This
going
is
to
a
answer?
very
You're not
lighthearted,
gonna
I'm
answer him?
just thrilled.
Oh.
Go ahead. It's true. It's nothing but fathers in the butt. Go ahead.
I would say
And chlamydia by breast milk.
How did you get started? Were you in Chicago?
I was in Chicago. I did my first commercial when I was 18, when I was in high school.
Mhm.
And then I moved to Los Angeles and I joined the Groundlings. I did that for a long time, and I got
Hey, I don't know this about you. Did you always want to be comedy?
since I was 5 years old. Always. And I would say pursue it as much as you love it, but you really have to love it. If you're like on the fence or not sure, or sometimes you get discouraged, it's not for you. You have to love it at any cost.
And be able
Adam?
to make sacrifices for it.
You have to do nothing but make sacrifices for it.
Well, Adam hates comedy.
Well, that's true.
What went wrong?
I love money.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it.
Well, don't act like it's a really easy way to make money. Oh, comedy, it's an easy buck.
No, it's not. But if you can do it, you might as well do it and get
Yeah.
paid instead of swinging a hammer,
Yeah.
getting yelled at, and working with a bunch of racists who call their children the kid. Sam,
Yeah.
what do you want to do? You want to write?
Yeah, but specifically, I do want to write. I've always been kind of into kind of the behind-the-scenes aspect rather than being on camera, but I really like the creative side
Well,
of it.
that's smart.
All right. Well,
You're already ahead of the game.
you need to. If you want to write, you need to write. Though you just got to write something every day and get
Yeah,
involved with some improv troupe and write a bunch of sketches for them and do it that way. Have people do
Isn't there
your
stuff
material.
online you can just write? And there's like websites where people just write stuff and
Yeah, you
someone
can
reads
publish pretty much anything you want.
It also seems like a pretty good time. I know it wasn't that long ago, but when Kathy and I met, we probably met over at the Groundlings 15 years ago or so now, and there weren't that many outlets. Like, there was the whole thing where the cable was kind of just getting going. There wasn't all these reality shows. There wasn't 350 stations with 1,500 shows, 1,000 which you've never even heard of. It was just like, if you're funny, you're either sitcom material or you're not. And if you're not, well, have fun playing a cruise ship for the rest of your life. There's no place for you on TV. There was all this Bravo and TNN and Spike and Comedy Central. Think about what Comedy Central's offered. It's offered people who they wouldn't let on TV. Guys like myself, maybe people like that.
Yeah.
They've given a place for us to go. Some people that aren't
Sam,
necessarily.
what city do you live in?
Oh, I put them on
San
hold.
Francisco.
San Francisco.
I would say you have to live in LA or New York to really be professional.
All right, so go to New York. Please don't come to L.A. I don't want to get behind you at a red light when you're
Oh,
not
yeah, there's a lot
turning
of
right.
writing jobs in New York.
Yeah, go to New York.
Adam, I think that the work you did on The Family Guy is hilarious.
Well, thank you. It was easy. They just told me what to say. All right, you ready to rock?
Break.
Anyway, no excuses. No quick fixes. You just do it because you like to do it, and if it works out, it works out.
Yeah.
In any business.
Yeah.
You just focus and do it. Have we ever heard a shortcut in this business?
No.
Paris Hilton?
Or even a plan or a sort of.
Yeah, especially in comedy
But
or
I mean-
writing or something. People just do it.
But we hear the same thing from the musicians, talking to people that want to be musicians. We hear the same thing for every single creative endeavor. It's always about just, something you really got to do. You better just get good at it and do it and do a lot of it and see what happens.
All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Dear friend Kathy Griffin here. We'll take a break. Name of the new DVD, by the way, allegedly hot. The gays love it. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Drew has a son who's got a little illness, a little worried about. It's on his mind.
Yeah. Man, is it?
I'm worried about eating more of these smoked almonds.
You notice I hadn't helped me back from that.
Yeah. I was thinking, there's nothing worse than, I remember being sick when I was a kid. Nothing worse than living in a dump and getting sick. Sitting around watching a bad black and white Zenith TV.
You're right. It makes the visual, the environment sort of reproduces how you're feeling or amplifies it,
Well, and the whole thing is if you live in a crappy house, your whole life is outside of the house.
Right.
Then you get locked down. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Mitch?
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch.
You're 20?
Yep.
What's up?
I was hoping you guys could settle an argument for me.
All right.
Can you spread herpes from the lips to the genitals?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
That's how it got there.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was reading an article recently that was strongly urging blood testing for diagnosis of herpes. And I thought, well, that's fine for herpes 2, which is about 60% of the genital herpes. But what about that other 40% that's herpes type 1, which basically everyone has been exposed to? So if you test everybody to the antibody to that, everyone's going to look like they have that. So I don't know. I still think it's kind of a clinical diagnosis when someone gets sores in their genital, what they've got.
But people don't normally. I mean, you can spread herpes from the mouth down to the genitals.
Easily.
Easily.
If it's the right kind of virus, yeah.
Right.
If you have an outbreak, yeah.
But you don't know if you have the right type.
Right, that's right.
But not all types. Most of the viruses that are on people's faces don't seem to be the ones that get to the
I think you're right.
crotch. But anyway, it's still doable.
It's still
I mean,
doable.
you're sort of both right in the sense that just because you got something on your lip doesn't mean it's going to land on the inside of her hip.
But
hey, write that down, Drew.
You're funny, man.
But it also
don't drop trow.
I'm this close to dropping trow.
But if you have something on your mouth or upper lip, wherever, you should not have oral sex because you could potentially transmit it.
That's right, Dr. Drew. Jennifer,
Yeah?
you're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay, so I've had boyfriends before, and whatever. It's like there's no problem with that. I'm like some ugly chick who doesn't get guys. But with all my relationships, I've always been pleasuring the guy or whatever because I'm really, really, really scared for I'm a virgin too. I'm just scared for guys to go down on me or put their hands down. I'm just it's this weird fear I have. I don't know why I have it.
Can you stop playing the saxophone? What's going on?
I'm not playing the saxophone.
What's that saxophone I hear back
It's not a saxophone. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's music.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, let me turn it on.
It's Blue Oyster Cult.
Who is that in the background?
It's just Air, the band Air.
It's band Air?
No,
What kind of band? What band is that?
I just have to tell you, Adam, you're so hilarious.
Which band is that, Jennifer?
Just what goddamn band is it?
Air.
All right.
Air.
It's called Air?
It's called Air. The song's called Playground Love.
Does it have a saxophone?
It does have a saxophone.
Then maybe that was a saxophone.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
All right, here we go. So Jennifer has weird feelings.
I just get mad at everyone at their immediate shutdown and denial of everything. It's like a sax. What? No. That's music. That's not a saxophone. Yeah. So, you listen to Air too, huh?
Okay, no, I don't. It's just on my computer. I'm just playing it.
Because, I call them Supply.
Oh
I don't call them Air, but that's it. But I can groove to that band. I'm finally glad that someone else is into the Supply.
Air Supply.
As much as I am. I didn't think they would reach down into the younger generations, but evidently they have.
It's eternal. It crosses all generational boundaries.
But you call them Air, huh? Okay.
Jennifer, does anybody touching you down there conjure up any particular images or problems?
No, I mean,
Just
I'm not
nervous.
I don't have any problems. I really am so I think maybe it's even self-conscious about it. I'm with a guy right now and I don't know what to do because I don't particularly even like going down on guys. But I mean, whatever, it's cool. I'll give a guy a head, whatever. But
sure.
I just don't.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you slow down a little bit. Maybe just not prepared, not in the right situation, right relationship, and just don't feel obliged to have to do these things just because everyone's doing them.
And Jennifer, you sound a little anxious in general.
But be that as it may.
I'm not anxious in general, Adam.
How dare you? How dare you? Okay, listen, Jennifer, I think it's a nice protective mechanism you have in place from perhaps preventing you from doing things you aren't ready to do yet. So just relax. Just listen to these are good instincts. These are not bad ones. Don't force yourself to do things you're not ready to do.
Okay.
It'll come in time. All right?
Everything good? Feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, that's why this is the way it is.
Maybe a little too
There's an interesting...
That's what I think too.
There's an interesting thing out there where girls with low self-esteem
right.
are quick to have sex. Guys with high self-esteem
Exactly.
have lots of
Whenever I
sex.
listen to you guys like talk to people, you always ask about their family life, and I have like the best relationship with my parents. I have the best relationship with my dad. Like no one's ever done anything bad to me or anything.
Yeah, that's you're protecting yourself. It's good. You're taking care of yourself.
But Drew, what was your point? That point was retarded.
No, my point was she has high self-esteem. That's why she's not having sex. Girls with low self-esteem have a lot of sex.
I know, but she's
and the converse is true with males. Guys with high self-esteem, a lot of sex. Low self-esteem.
passing out BJs like Mexican putting menus.
She didn't say that
in mailboxes.
She's in relationships, and in those relationships, she'll go ahead and do that. 17.
Aye. My drunken friend Dave called me, left a series of drunken messages.
Dave, you're the guy who works on the big guy.
Yeah, big guy.
Calves.
Big everything. Used to work for me.
Oh, he doesn't work for you anymore.
No, he's a little too much of a criminal. But
I thought he was a recovering person. No?
Not recovering. No,
clearly not.
No, no. He used to. Anyway, he called me. He called me, left a long drunken message on my phone machine Saturday night, and he was laughing because he works at Union Construction, and he said on the he was all loaded, and he said on the porta potty, he said he went in there. And it said Mexican Space Shuttle. And then he started laughing like a madman.
Oh, my God.
And then hung up.
Why did he save that one for you, I wonder?
I don't know. You know, I love good racist humor.
Yeah.
Mexican Space Shuttle. It's good. He was also the guy who informed me that when he had the seat liners, you know, those ass gaskets, as they call them, at the at the commercial buildings in the airports and stuff in the toilets, he saw the sign that had an arrow pointing to it and said free cowboy hats. I always liked that too. Mexican.
And did he call you in a drunken stupor?
They called back. Here's the problem with the drunken guy phone calls. It's never one. You get the second message. Okay, dude. Don't tell. You know, you get that. Okay, I'm drunk. I got about 4 of them, but I always enjoy them. Amber?
Yeah?
Especially when you're dealing out that kind of top-notch entertainment.
Yeah.
What's up there, Amber?
Well, I have trouble climaxing with intercourse, but I can with masturbation and oral sex. And I was just kind of wondering if there's anything wrong with me.
No, that is, you represent most women.
Okay.
Most women do what you do.
Okay, and I was also wondering if there's like any kind of like, because I've seen like there's like creams at like sex shops to like increase it or like help it or whatever. I was kind of wondering if those actually work.
You probably will feel something, but I don't think it will change your basic mechanism.
But if you think they're gonna work,
well,
you
no,
know
it should
how
feel
women
something.
are.
But it's still going to be primarily this for you. It's going to be unusual for you to be able to have orgasm.
I mean, is it going to be like this the rest of my life, or as I get older, is it
you
am I
know,
going to be able to achieve one?
that slot's going to start loosening up and paying off.
It's going to get in about 10 years get a little easier, and you might sort of get a little handle on it, so to speak. But it's going to basically be the same thing. This is most women do not have orgasm during intercourse. They
Amen.
can only do it during oral sex.
Amen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Lengthy, arduous, tedious oral sex. How long does it take you to have orgasm with the oral sex?
Probably about it's anywhere from 15 to an hour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I've been down that road, brother.
Yeah.
Many, many times. It's
Then
a lonely,
maybe you ought to look
lonely
into some
road.
vibrators or something like that to kind of.
Yeah, I mean, like I can achieve it like when like masturbation and stuff. Just like with intercourse, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but still, it's 15 to 30 an hour of oral sex is dangerous.
Yeah.
Man's,
I get TMJ.
Oh.
Here's the thing, too. Amber's probably one of these chicks who probably squeezes one off every once
3
in a
minutes
while.
by
And
herself.
it's like, no, with the guy, getting the oral, squeezes the one off in like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So the guy's feeling pretty good about himself. But the next one comes at minute 41. You know, the next session. The guy's like, what's going on? I know we've passed the point where we had one last time.
Randomly reinforced behaviors cannot be extinguished, meaning he'll go back to the well for that 9 minute.
I know, but it starts to wreak havoc on your mind
I
when you
know.
realize, Jesus Christ, I've just listened to 7 Led Zeppelin songs and nothing. All right.
There we go.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. Looking to hook up? Call the Dateline. Sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Call the Dateline.
One call's all you need to make.
Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE.
You know what I'm saying out there?
Adam and Dr. Drew will be right back on
Live 105.
Well, that's the show. That's the week. Thank you all for tuning in. I want to give a little tip of the hat to those who made it possible. Number one on the list, Engineer Anderson.
Put this whole thing together.
Put the whole week together.
Huh?
Number 2, 3, and 4, Engineer Anderson.
Did Chris help too? No. No. Chris just lent his voice to the drops.
No, that's... Well, actually, we'll listen to it, and if it comes out good, we'll know that Chris had a hand in it, because the man is synonymous with excellence.
And quality.
I'm going to give Chris a little shout-out anyway, Engineer Chris, for doing a... actually, here's my shout-out. Give me some coffee. All right.
Okay.
Engineer Chris doing a great job all week long. I want to thank Junior producer Lauren, and of course senior producer Ann for doing a fantabulous job, and Brian for possibly screening some calls. Although where the hell was he? It was the best of. So until next time, it's Adam Kroll for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or the station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.